Well, Governor Inslee says the numbers will decide the fates of all counties, as you heard him say there. So let's take an updated look at those numbers. The cutoff line for rollback is 200 cases per 100,000 people in large counties. And now Pierce County is very close to that line with 194, and it leads all the counties along Puget Sound. Again, that's per 100,000 people. King County not far behind with 183 cases per 100,000 people. And the latest report from Monday in the North Sound shows that Snohomish County with 121 cases per 100,000 people.
Now, as we just saw, there is good reason for businesses in Pierce County to be holding their breath as a slide back to phase 2 seems all but inevitable. Q13 Steve Kiggins is live with that part of our coverage tonight. Steve?
Yeah, that's right. Health officials down here in Pierce County, they are concerned that trajectory for both those numbers, they're likely going to push Pierce County back into phase 2. Now, King County, you heard, is also increasing, but they're not quite at the same spot. And so that means business owners down here in the South Sound, they worry rolling back into phase 2 will just send their customers just a handful of miles past the county line and all their money as well.
It's kind of been one of those things where we have to reinvent the wheel every single day.
It's been a long year for executive chef Alexander Anton. He's been cooking up burgers and steaks at the Mill Steakhouse and Spirits in Edgewood all through the pandemic and the ever-changing restrictions for businesses.
All of the changes have been kind of snap decisions. It's all come with very short notice and very limited time for us to adapt and change, but we've done what we had to do.
The sign in the lobby reminds guests to continue what they should already be doing, staying distanced and wearing masks. But that message isn't sticking.
We've seen surges of cases over time.
The Tacoma Pierce County Health Department says people in their 20s and 30s gathering in large groups without masks are driving the infection rates higher. Even though the data is delayed by about 6 days, the county says both new infection and hospitalization rates are threatening Pierce County's ability to stay within phase 3. The decision when to roll back or forward, that rests at the state level. And even though 1 in 4 people in Pierce County have already received at least one shot of the vaccine, those infection rates reported today only reflect the choices made weeks ago.
We're
so close.
We're so close, but we're not there yet. And we know that this is a pandemic that can increase very quickly if we're not careful.
A rollback wouldn't just slash dine-in capacity for restaurants back to 25%. Other retailers like gyms, salons, and more also risk losing customers. At the Mill, most of the employees let go at the beginning of the pandemic have since been hired back. But now seeing a possible return to harsher restrictions, restaurant worries more hard decisions could be around the corner.
It's tough on them when, every week we don't know, are you going to go home again? Are you going to have a job next week? And it has nothing to do with our decisions. We have no say in it at all.
So like we mentioned earlier, that decision likely coming on Monday. Meanwhile, the county health agency here in Pierce County says the good news is we already know what to do to attack those numbers, and that includes distancing, washing your hands. Make sure you also have to wear a mask when you're around people. Also, part of that good news is vaccines. Those numbers are expected to grow exponentially here in the South Sound in the coming days, just in time for that eligibility to open as well. We're live in South Sound tonight. Steve Kiggins, Q13 News.